What's good, everyone? Welcome to X9 MMA. Today we're going to be covering UFC 317, only the main card. So let's kick things off with Peyton Talbot versus Felipe Lima. So Talbot, he's 5'10", he's one of the tallest guys in the division. He just came off a loss to Barcelos, who crotch sniffed him, held him against the cage, made things nasty, made things dirty. Talbot, he's a really clean striker. He's got three fights, 2 wins, 2 by knockout within the first minute. I'm gonna go with Felipe Lima on this one. I think he's more dynamic. He's got better BJJ, and he's just got a more all-round game. We've seen strikers, they look amazing. They knock guys out. They piece guys up, and then the moment that they seem to fight someone who is more well-rounded and can take the fight to many different places, the well-rounded guy wins. And Lima, again, he's a great fighter. He's an up-and-coming prospect, and he's shown that he'll hold you against the cage. He's got better jiu-jitsu, he's got better wrestling, and I mostly see this one going to a decision, and I got Felipe Lima for that one. So moving up the card, uh this is a really good fight, and I cannot believe that Royval is the underdog in this fight. So Royval, he's a proven he's proven he's the best guy in the division bar Pantoja. If Pantoja didn't exist, Royval would be dominating this division. He's fought the best of the best. He's fought Pantoja twice, and in those two Pantoja losses, the only reason Pantoja even won those fights was because he was getting crotch sniffed. Royval has a big weakness, and that's the takedowns. He cannot he sucks at defending takedowns, and that's what Pantoja excels at. So Pantoja would get pieced up. He would grab him and he would hold him down, and he would win. But Royval's jiu-jitsu is great. It's just that his takedown defense, which is ass. For him to be the underdog against a guy who's just only beaten unranked opponents, Royval is free money. I promise you right now, Royval is free money. Anyone who's taken Joshua Van to beat Brandon Royval is a casual, straight up. They do not know what they're talking about. Royval is the most dynamic fighter in the division. He throws the most convincing feints of anyone in the division. When he's pumping that jab out, that fake jab, he puts his whole head into it. He puts his whole body into it. He really makes it look like, okay, I'm about to hit you with this 1-2. Joshua Van, on the other hand, he's good too. He's a boxer. I've did a short form breakdown of this fight. If you could click on my YouTube channel and just click on the shorts where I show the clips of what I'm talking about, because on YouTube the long form videos I can only show screenshots due to copyright. But Joshua Van, he's gonna throw the 1-1-2. He doesn't throw as many feints. He doesn't throw much calf kicks. He doesn't really want to clinch. He's not gonna take you down, that's for sure. Royval, he's just more dynamic, man. He's gonna put a teep kick out there. He's got a big height advantage. He's got a reach advantage too. He's gonna put the teep out there. He's gonna go with the jab, teep to the body. He's gonna come into the clinch with a jab and a knee up the middle. He's gonna pump the jab out. He's a volume striker. No one throws more punches than Royval. He's got the best cardio in the division, and I just think that he's just gonna overwhelm Van across the fight. I think again it's another decision victory for me. Royval, I think he's gonna win 3-0-1 decision. The one weakness that Van's got three weaknesses. He's got his takedown defense is his main one. He can struggle with the lead calf kicks occasionally, but where Van can get him is the counter striking. So Van really likes to throw the check left hook, and Van likes to throw the cross right as a counter strike. Royval does have a weakness where he does keep his backhand low. The hand is supposed to protect his chin, and he has been hit. Pantoja clipped him with an overhand a bunch of times. Moreno's clipped him. A bunch of people have all hit him, but Royval has a good chin, and again it's 135, so guys aren't really going to be finishing guys like that. But Van is going to hit him he's going to catch him a few times on the counter strike. He's not going to, even though Van's probably one of the more powerful guys in the division, I don't see him dropping Royval, and I definitely don't see him finishing Royval. So yeah, if you've got your money on Van here, trust me, you're making a big mistake. Royval, he's gonna overwhelm him. He's proven he's the number one contender for a reason, and he beats every single person in this division except from Pantoja. So you have to take Royval, and that one is free money. Moving on up the card, Beneil Dariush, Moicano. So I'll be honest, I think Moicano is super, super, super overrated. When I look at Moicano's last fight, I remember I watched that BSD fight. Are people forgetting that he 10-8'd slash 10-7'd BSD and then proceeded to lose the second round? He just managed to get BSD in a position where BSD just could not escape and just damaged the fuck out of him, which eventually led to the fight being stopped. Not in that round, so BSD came out for another round after that fight, and then BSD won the round. BSD got 10-7, came out, and he was beating Moicano up. If that fight went on for 5 rounds, I was super confident that BSD would win the 3rd round, the 4th round, and the 5th round. Because BSD is just a better fighter than Moicano. You go back to the fight before the BSD fight, who did he fight? He fought Jalen Turner. Again, he was finished. He was out. All Jalen had to do was just jump on him, hit him with a few hammer fists, and that's it. And that's 2 like losses where just by the grace of God, Moicano was able to win those 2 fights. Dariush, his last 2 losses are Tsarukyan, who's the #1 contender in the division, and Charles Oliveira, who is fighting for the belt. Before that, he beat Gamrot, who beat Tsarukyan, who's currently the #1 contender in the division. Dariush on this one, I think Moicano got super lucky. I can just see that. I think it's probably going to go to a decision also. And I just think Dariush is just overall the better fighter. The only question with Dariush is that he has been out of the fight game for 2 years. He hasn't had a fight, which is like somewhat concerning. People talk about the age. They're the same age. They're both 36 years old. So it's not an age thing. Maybe like Dariush comes out, he hasn't fought in 2 years. He looks super rusty. You know, he can lose. I'm not saying it's out of the question. But overall, I do think the better fighter is Dariush, and I can see him taking this one. Okay, flyweight bout. This one again, this is a super easy one to put your money on. Again, with this one, I've done another video on my channel. If you click on the shorts on my YouTube channel, you can see like I've got the footage and everything lined up for you guys. But I didn't even, but when I made that video on my shorts and I said that Pantoja is just gonna cage clinch him, just gonna crotch sniff him, and he's just gonna win, I didn't realize that these guys had actually fought really early in their careers against each other. And the way I described how this fight would go is exactly how their first fight went. And again, I just think it's going to be an exact replay of that fight. Kara's, he's dangerous. He's dangerous with a 1-2, and he steps in with his feet, and he throws another overhand with his jab hand. And with the overhands, they work really well against tall opponents, because imagine you have a short guy and a tall guy standing next to each other. The tall guy's chin relative to the short guy's overhand is up in the air. So that's how against short fighters, against tall fighters, the overhand should be your main weapon. These guys are the same height, so straight away that's taken away Kai Kara-France's main strength. And that's why he finished Erceg, because Erceg is like 5'10", he's one of the tallest guys in the division. Pantoja, he's got the best chin in the division. France won't be able to drop him. No one's been able to drop Pantoja, off the top of my head at least, I can think of. And Pantoja, he just comes right in your face. No, did he? He's just right in front of you. He doesn't leave any space. Towards the later rounds, he can like just kind of back off because, you know, he starts to gas out. But he's just going to be straight up against the cage. He's going to go for the 1-2. He kind of fights like imagine like a Bilal Muhammad, who kind of just wants to put pressure, mixing the cage wrestling, pressure, mixing the cage wrestling. He's basically the same thing. Now, Kai France, his takedown defense is actually quite good, and he kind of does have good escapes. I was watching the El Bazi fight, and you know, he's a bit like JDM, where he's going to like threaten a switch, he's gonna threaten a roll, he's just gonna kind of be like spazzy and kind of like try to get out of things and like fake a switch and escape, those kind of things. And he is good at stopping being taken down, but that doesn't mean that he's not going to be held up against the cage. And just holding guys against the cage and just landing an occasional knee, occasional elbow, that's enough. And he's just going to hold him against the cage for like 1 or 2 or 3 minutes a round, and he's just going to edge away the rounds. And if Pantoja does get him down, Pantoja is a really, really good grappler. Like he held down royval for long periods of that fight, and royval probably has one of the best jiu-jitsu in the division. And France has been like taking the dominant positions by people like El Bazi, who did take his back. And like Pantoja is a better wrestler than Albazi is. And when I was watching that fight with Albazi wasn't in his face. He was like just on the edge of France's range. But if you want to be a good cage wrestler, you can't sit on the edge of the other opponent's range and then try to initiate entries. You've got to be like right up in their face, where like they're about to get punched and I have to stop you punching my head and put my guard up, and then I get taken down. When you kind of just give them just enough space where they feel comfortable, it's much harder to find entries off the cage. So yeah, I see Pantoja just holding him down, maybe getting dominant positions, but Pantoja, he is a bit of a decision merchant. He does decision most of his fights. He decisioned against Moreno, he decisioned against Royval. He only kind of finishes guys who are like quite a bit worse than him. So I see this again, another decision to Pantoja. I think this is another lock. I just don't see like Kai Kara France. He just doesn't throw enough punches, man. He's just too like hesitant. He just doesn't throw feints. Yeah, Pantoja for that one. Now the main event, what we've all been waiting for. Oliveira is about to get KO'd cold. Round 1, round 2. Oliveira, he just walks down. He tries to keep his guard high. He's gonna lift that front leg up, that Muay Thai stance. He tries to keep that backhand tucked to the chin, but this isn't boxing, man. Like Islam said to Poirier, like Islam said to Poirier, this is MMA. This is not boxing. You can't just rely on a high guard in MMA. You can't just rely on, okay, I'm just gonna keep my glove by my chin. Even if you get punched right on your glove and your glove's next to your chin, that shit's still gonna hurt you. And the chance of you, like, you can get hit around the side of the ear, you can get hit around the temple area, the side of the head. There's just so much possibilities. And you just can't just walk down someone who's more powerful than you. That's just a plain simple fact. Like, if you're coming into Topuria's range, you're doing him a favor. This fight, I have done a short form video, a YouTube short. Again, click the short to my channel, watch how I did break down how Oliveira can win. And essentially it's what I watched back that Topuria versus Max fight, and I didn't realize like how well Max actually did. Like that fight was up until he caught him with that straight right, Topuria. Max was doing really well and argued, and that could have been 2-0 to Max. I had Topuria up, right? I had Topuria up 2-0. When I watched it back, I probably thought it was 1-1, but it wouldn't even be shocking to say that Topuria was up. Holloway would be up 2-0, and Holloway did a really good job of that jab, them teeps, the calf kick, the oblique kick, the stomp, finishing combinations off with kicks. But again, Holloway he just isn't powerful enough to really like put it away and to just hope you go 5 rounds without being finished by Topuria. You really kind of need someone stylistically like an Islam who just really got those hammering kicks and those Muay Thai combinations to finish things off. Again, Charles, like, he's got a good punch on him. He's got a good cross, a good hook. But again, the kicks, like, they just aren't as hard as you kind of want them to be. Because against a shorter fighter, you just want to work that body kick. You want to work that head kick. You want to get Topuria thinking, I've got to defend myself before I can think about attacking. And Oliveira, he just doesn't have, his kicks just aren't hard enough. They're just not good enough. And his game plan is the opposite of the game plan he needs. He's gonna try a walk down, and Topuria he's just gonna crack him, man. Like Topuria can just crack you. He doesn't even need to like hit you with a 1-2, like a long combination. Like he'll just throw a straight 2, like just like he did with Max. Like he'll catch you with your left arm out and just throw a straight 2 and just crack you. And then you're wobbled, and then, you know, we've seen Oliveira wobbled against the cage. This isn't a Gaethje, this isn't a Poirier, this isn't a Chandler. Like, these guys aren't going to just fucking let him sit down on his ass and just, like, recover. Like, Topuria will jump on him. He's got great jiu-jitsu, he's got a wrestling background, he's got a BJJ background. Like, if he cracks Oliveira will be back against the cage. He's going to let that combination rip, and Oliveira's just going to get flatlined, man. He's just not... Oliveira's just not going to do what he needs to do to win this fight. So that's my UFC 317 card. I've got Lima decision, Royval decision, Dariush decision, Pantoja decision, and Topuria KO. If you want more videos, let me know in the comments what you think about the video. This is only my second ever video. I do YouTube shorts, I do Instagram shorts, I post them on Instagram as well, and on TikTok too, and I'm on Twitter as well. If you want to see my thoughts, you can just drop me a follow. So guys, leave a like. I'm a smaller page. I've only got like 3 subscribers, and thank you all for watching. See you in the next video.